Good afternoon, my fellow gardeners. This is South Carolina Transplant, also known as Martin, coming to you live from Zone 8A, the Piedmont of South Carolina. Well, if you look at what I have here, these are my ProCut Sunflowers. I winter sowed them. Basically, I just started them a little early so that I can get them in the ground. I tried something new this season for two reasons. Reason number one is I could not direct seed these in their location that I wanted to plant them in. You see, at the end of last season, I started using pre-emergent weed protector. So I couldn't direct seed in my beds because obviously pre-emergent will prevent seeds from germinating. The other reason I tried this method is because sunflowers have terrible transplant shock. They do not like being grown in pots and then move to another location. They like to be planted in their location and stay in their location until they're done. So last season, I didn't have a lot of loss. I planted I'd say about 10 or 12 of these plants, and I lost 2 or 3 of the transplant shock, but why lose any, right? So speaking of last season, I planted some in our utility garden behind me here, and I don't know, I have this thing about strip mall planting or what they call recommended base planting. I'm trying to get out of that, right? So this season, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them in a cluster to give them like an impact. So my idea is to plant them right in this area where these 2 utility boxes is, but in one cluster, like about 6, 4 to 6 plants. And then there's 9 in here. So the remaining 3, I'll find somewhere else to put. And that way I'm getting out of the recommended spacing kind of idea that I have. And you can kind of see that with some of the plantings I have here. I kind of want a more natural, wild gardening is like a controlled environment anyway, where, you're taking nature and you're like just compressing it into your little concise space. But in my beds, I want to get a little bit more random and just get away from the, the recommended spacing strip mall parking lot way of planting. So without further ado, let's do this. Don't mind me. I got the shot all set up and then I found some weeds to get up. I put the pre-emergent down and I'm very happy with it, but some of these more resilient weeds still made their way in the garden. So my idea is this space here, just take and put a cluster of maybe 4 in this 1.5 foot tube space, and then along here put maybe 3, and then I'll pan out after I plant them. That'll give you the framework for my idea. Now I do have to be aware or cognizant that there is a spot here where we had purple fountain grass from last season, and I do have purple fountain grass that I'm going to be planting this season right here in this spot. And there's another plant over here. I haven't identified it yet. Actually, there's more than one. So I'm going to have to move him. I don't actually know what it is, so hang in with me. Don't know what this guy is, but it's a beautiful specimen. I'll put him down over there somewhere. There is a drip line intermingled in here, so I have to be conscious of that. So one thing you guys know I always do is I always reclaim my pottings, my soil. It's like potting soil because I work so hard to get it amended and looking good. I like to save it, as much of it as possible. We have a landscaper that they don't do the plants, they cut our grass for us. They cut these down to the ground one day, and I came out and I said to them, hey, I was gonna remove them because, they don't come back. And they were like, they come back every year. We cut them down all the time. So I just left them here to see what they were gonna do. And I messaged Dr. Warren, the plant doctor, and I asked him the question and he responded, and he's good about responding about plant stuff. And he goes, no, these are annual in our region because they can't take, our cold, even though it doesn't really get cold here, like we're used to up north. Anyway, he said they don't come back, but I left them anyway, just to, to show the landscaper some grace and see if they were, going to come back. And obviously they're not. So we do have, as I mentioned, we do have purple fountain grass going back in these spots over here. But for now, we're just going to claim some of this for our sunflowers. this isn't my actual concept. What I did is I went online. I was looking into soil blocks, and I came across a content creator that uses toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. So that was my idea. I let these go too long, so they're kind of falling apart and breaking out of there. But you know, we have nothing to lose. So I figured put 3 or 4 in here, about 8 or 10 inches away from each other. And one other safety note, if you're working next to utility boxes and you have those professional type drills with the auger on it, just be aware that there's communication and utility lines right around you. So that's another reason why I'm being very, very intentional about how I'm drilling around here. The circuits and everything should be a lot deeper than here, but you just want to be very careful. Okay, and I think I'll put another one right about here. Okay, now I'm gonna back up and just put a cluster right beneath where my legs are here. It's gonna work out perfect because I got 4 left and 4 are gonna go right here. Oh, well, I got 5 left. But 5 will go here nicely. And I realized I didn't really explain the concept of using toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. That's because they are made out of paper and they'll break down organically. You can just plant them such as what you do with a soil block. You just put them right in the ground. They'll break down organically. You know, it'll reduce transplant shock to your plants. I obviously can't count because I had 6. We'll figure it out, folks. All right. So I'm gonna spread a little mulch. Got another one of those plants growing here too. Just gonna spread a little mulch around them. If you don't know already, sunflowers don't like to be fussed over. They don't need fertilizer. Thus, I didn't use any biotone or starter fertilizer to get them going. So we're just gonna give a little mulch, a light layer just around the planting area. You know, they don't actually like moist soil. They like it dry and neglect it, to be honest with you. So we're gonna give them what they like. So I didn't plan on this last one, but there is space like right here. So we're gonna pop it right in here. Try not to trample on my, my new plants here. But that guy was happy. You see that root? All right, so we got them along there, here, and a nice little swath here. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my wire baskets to protect them because they are not deer resistant. As they start to grow and get taller, I'm going to keep them protected. And then once they're protected, I'm going to put those wireless deer probe things I talked to you guys about in a previous video. I kind of randomly put them around my gardens to kind of give the deer like a little jolt. It's like, it doesn't hurt them. It just gives them, it's like a training thing. It just gives them pause to come around your gardens. So if you're interested in getting any of these, I got these at Dollar General. They were last season $1.25 each. You know what? I may be able to get 2 in one basket. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That'll save me a basket. Yeah, so they were $1.25 each, and it worked out well for me. What I did last season is I let the plants grow all the way until they reached the top of the basket. Then I removed the basket, and then I put the wireless deer fence probes all in the area where the plants were. And although it's effective, it's not 100% guaranteed because you're still going to get exploratory munching. So I have the wireless deer fence. Then I use my concoction of deer repellent that I make. And then over a period of time, I may lose a leaf or even a stem. But over a period of time, they learn that it's a bad experience coming around, you know, my gardens. So that's a win-win. So since they're nestled right next to each other, I usually just put one landscape staple in each of them. I had one under there. Let me see if I can get these two in here together. Yipper. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this small project. I can't wait to share with you the garden as it transforms and progresses into the summer garden. As I stated last season, the ProCut Sunflowers had a large impact on our gardens, both here and the garden behind you. And of course, I'll keep you updated with the garden's transformation and its progress. It's going to go from our winter garden. It still feels strange saying winter gardening because there's no such thing where we came from up in New York. But this utility garden is going to transform from a winter garden to a summer garden over a period of time, and I can't wait to share that with you as well. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It motivates me to put out more and more content. Ladies and gentlemen, this is South Carolina Transplant, also known as Martin, coming to you live from Zone 8A, the Piedmont of South Carolina. Until the next one, friends.